we think that the greatest act of love is to give love, share love, feel love. But actually, the greatest act of love is loving someone so much that they learn to love themselves. I define love as when you like someone's personality, when you respect their values, and when you're committed to helping them achieve their goals. And what I want people to understand is that when you take the time on your own to do three things, the first thing is you have to learn about yourself. You have to learn what you like, what you don't like, what experiences you're into, what you're not into, because what we don't realize is when you start dating someone, you adopt all of their likes and dislikes only in a few years to feel like you don't know who you are anymore. Right. And you lose yourself. I feel like you spend your life seeking validation. You then don't get it in the way you wanted it. And then you finally decide you have to validate yourself.
Yes.
And that journey can be 10 years, 20 years, or even 50 years. And so the shorter we make that journey, the better it is. Yeah, we keep making lists of what we want in someone else, right? We keep making a list of, I want them to be kind, I want them to be tall, I want them. So all of our energy is being pointed outwards rather than saying, who am I becoming? Who am I striving to grow into? What is it that I'm passionate about? When you're focused on all of that, all of a sudden you feel you have so much more to offer in a relationship. You walk into it recognizing that someone would be fortunate to be with you and you'd be fortunate to be with them because you have something to share. I think most of us, we walk into relationships because we're scared of being alone. And when we do that, studies show we do three things. If you're feeling alone, if you're scared of being alone and single and you're going into a relationship because of that fear, research shows three things happen. The first thing is you're guaranteed to settle for less than you deserve. Guaranteed. The second thing is you're more likely to be dependent on that person because you think they're out of your league. And so now you'll become, do, mold, fold, become anything they want you to be. And the third is you're going to be scared to leave them because being with them in your mind is better than being alone. Whatever you want from someone else, first give it to yourself. If you're looking for compliments from someone else, give it to yourself first. If you're looking for understanding from someone else, understand yourself first. And if you're looking for validation and affection, do that for yourself first. That's why I love your high five habit. Like, it's perfect, right? The reason why it works is you're asking everyone to look in the mirror every morning and give themselves exactly what they need from the day. And they can give it to themselves in the mirror. You're high-fiving yourself. Like, that is a perfect demonstration of how deeply you believe in this. And I think this is one of the biggest mistakes we make. When we first see someone, we only see them in a very specific scenario. We see them on date night. We see them at a movie. We see them at a dinner. What about you see them with a few of their friends? What about you get to know them over an activity that puts you both in an uncomfortable situation? What about you go to an escape room? What about you go to a pottery class? What about you go to something where neither of you have any skills, but you get to try something new because now you get to see how they deal with new things. If you do things with them that are not an interview, and I really believe that if your relationship starts as an interview, it will end like a rejection and a firing. But as you deepen your friendship, as you deepen your relationship, as you actually get to know each other better, your partner becomes the one person who exposes all your flaws, all your weaknesses, and all your truths to you without even trying. We come into relationships based on the imprints that our parents gave us, as we talked about before, or even our first partners gave us. And we also have so much inside of us that's unresolved that comes out in four ways. And these four things are comparison, criticism, complaining, and control. We think that if we do these four things, we feel better about ourselves, our partner may change, and overall, this is the language we've learned in how to talk to anyone.
Right.
And so what we do is we compare them to someone else, thinking that if they know what one of our friends did for their anniversary, then our partner will get their act together. No one in the history of comparison has ever changed their life because they were compared to someone else.
It's true.
You don't make someone act better by making them feel inferior. It doesn't work that way. People act better because they feel inspired to, they feel called to, they feel energized in their life, but we try and use comparison. The point is, are you trying to get them to the next step in their journey, or are you trying to get them to the next step in your journey? And whenever I write about love, whenever I try and share love with friends, family, team members, anyone that I cross paths with, my only goal is to hope that the way I love them will help them fall in love with themselves, and that what I see in them, they'll see in themselves, and that what I don't see in them, they'll discover within themselves. And so I think whether it's marriage, whether it's moving in, whether it's a long-term relationship, that's what I'd have to say.